What up? This is my first YouTube video. And before you click off, because I said that, just wait, because this video is actually really good in my opinion. This story's fucking fire. Um, so this is my first time doing dabs, and this takes place in my hometown in Idaho. And this is in northern Idaho. It's really mountainy, really redneck. It was a beautiful day in July, like or August, and I'm like 13 or 14. So I'm like really young, and I was looking to get stoned. Now I was hanging out with with two great friends of mine at the time, named Jakey and Justin, and neither of them were big stoners, at least not as big as stoners as me. Like Justin was a moderate stoner. Jakey, he would straight up refuse to smoke a lot of the time. Like he didn't even give a fuck about it like that. And none of us had years under our belt. We were all straight freshies, you know? Just nothing. We hadn't smoked jack shit. So we go on this long ass walk because where I'm from, it's like all run down and it's like the middle of fucking nowhere and there's nothing to do but, do drugs. So I don't remember why, but we walked an entire town over. And looking back, I really don't know why. Like we were just bored out of our fucking minds and we were just doing random shit because we were kids. Eventually, we make it to the other town over, and I somehow run into a friendly neighborhood tweaker. We'll call him Tucker because it sounds like a tweaker name. No offense to anyone named Tucker, but like, that's a tweaker name. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. Now, Tucker was just chilling, but when he saw me, who he fucked with because of my brother, he had an offer for us. Now, the offer was he'll smoke like an entire gram of dabs with us. It was like over a gram, I think, if he just hangs out with him. And he wasn't like a lonely person or anything like that. He just wants someone to hang out with. So we're like, fuck yeah, bud. Let's go. Yeah, he just wanted someone to hang out with. So I was like, fuck yeah, bud. Let's go. Let's go hang out. And one of my friends didn't want to hang out. And I feel bad about this, but I kind of ditched him. But so did my other friend. So yeah, we just, it was horseshit though, alright? He wanted to stay. He wanted to go home because his mom was going to be upset. All of our moms were going to be upset. All right, we were all going to go home stoned. Not cool of me, but way she goes. We go up through the valley and make it to another, like, so we go on like in between towns now. So we're going a town over, and then we're going to go another town over, but now we're in between. So Tucker's just chilling, and in this in between part is Tucker's house. So this is where the homie Tucker's crib was at. We make it there from our long ass journey, and it's literally the most busted down tweaker mobile home anyone has ever laid their eyes upon. It looked demilitarized or post apocalyptic, even. It was mad. It hadn't even looked like a soul had lived there in actual decades, but alas, Tucker lived here. So we're chilling and getting ready to do the dabs. I'm mad nervous, and then my brother and his girlfriend's brother at the same time pop out and come inside the meth den of weed smoking. As we get situated, Tucker shows off the piece. I can't make this shit up. What I saw was remarkable. The true epitome of stonerdom. It was a deer antler. We were smoking out of a deer antler. So the way it worked was you'd get the deer antler and you'd drill a hole in the part that attaches to the deer's head, and then you drill a hole at the top. So then you'd get a paper clip and you tie it around one of the holes, preferably the one on like the side, on like where the antler goes up, and they like hot glued that to it or something, and then you just torched the fucking paper clip and you could do a dab off of it. It was like a little dry hitter, and it was made out of a deer antler. It was genuinely some of those redneck shit I'd ever seen in my life. And this piece honestly blew my mind at the time. Like I was ecstatic. This shit had me for a loop. I thought it was some of the coolest shit I'd ever seen in my entire life. So he gets the dabs out. They look nice for the time I was doing this back in 2015. And we're more than suffice for the time. But like, yeah. So we start chiefing, and man, is this shit harsh as fuck. Literally taking dry hits out of a deer antler. Some true redneck white trash hillbilly beauty. And honestly, I was getting cooked as a booklet. I was getting so high that I couldn't even really understand what was going on too much anymore. Like, which sounds like I'm over exaggerating. I'm just smoking weed, but I swear to God, I was very high. And there's like a point with getting this stoned. like doing the dabs your first time, where you lose all your want to control inhibition and cognition, and even intelligence. And this is the point where I was at. We were smoking dab after dab after dab, and shit was getting so intense for me. My lungs were Saharan. And then I turned to my brother, who apparently wants me to die, because I ask him for water, and he says, "Well, Gavin, there will be times where you don't have water and when smoking weed, so today I'm not giving you any fucking water." And I was shocked. Like, let me figure out when there actually is no water. What is this logic? This is some fucking horse shit. Is what I thought at the time. But like then again, we were all stoned as fuck, so like we didn't have the best judgment. But even then, like, who does someone like that? Like, you just want me to suffer because I need to know? I guess, man. It's a lesson, I suppose. Now, weed isn't like alcohol, obviously, but when I tell you I was struggling to walk because of how stoned I was, it's really not a joke. I came into my buddy's car, baked as a snake in a lake, and then I just had like this perma smile, I guarantee it. Like, I can't stop smiling. And she saw immediately that I'm cooked as fuck, but she didn't really care, which was awesome, obviously. Like, I was like, shit, she doesn't care? Fuck yeah. But that's not where the night ends. No. I get to my brother's girlfriend's mom's house, and I'm inconceivable. I am so high I can feel it in my penis, and I can't take anything seriously, yet my brother wants to smoke some fucking hash. Of course, I oblige as I listen to EXO Tour Life by Lil Uzi Vert for the first time of my entire life. It was a moment. It was an important moment. I honestly, listening to that song got me into hip hop a lot. And so, yeah, that song's amazing. But my brother didn't realize the grave mistake he had made by giving me that hash. He smoked that hash with me, and I got the munchies from fucking hell, dude. He gave it to me, and I went downstairs. I was eating ramen. I was eating fucking burgers. I was eating everything. I was eating fruit and vegetables. I was like, I was eating all the shit they had. And I remember distinctly after eating every single thing in their house, my brother goes down and has like one of the last burgers they have after I've eaten everything. And I ask him for a bite. I'm like, yo, can I have a bite of that? They're like, what the fuck? And that got me kicked out, actually. They were so pissed off at that they kicked me out. Understandably. I was being ruthless. But you gotta remember, I'm so high in this story. Like, I'm absolutely crooked stoned. So, they kicked me out, and I have to go on a journey now. And I'm like, dude, I can't like barely walk. And they just said, tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's too good. And in this case, the milk sucked because I drank all of it. So here I was having to walk across my entire hometown, which wasn't that big, but like it would usually be a simple task for sure, but now it was made impossibly treacherous because I'm fucking gonkulous. I started walking and I distinctly remember these people talking and just like, I don't know, saying hi to me because it's like a nice neighborhood. And I was just completely tweaking the fuck out and completely ignoring them as if like they weren't real. They were definitely concerned looking back, but like, I didn't really care. I still don't really care. Eventually, after the long trippy ass walk, I make it to my friend's house where I was staying for the night. The last thing I remember is watching my buddy who I did the dabs with earlier playing GTA 5, and I sat on the bed eating potato chips until I wasn't even eating potato chips, like I was just like bringing air to my mouth, slumped on the bed. And he probably had to sleep on the floor. And that is the story. Um, Honestly, that's everything. So if you enjoyed, like the video, comment on it. I know I'm not like the funniest dude out there, but I can tell a fucking story, I'll tell you what. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.